Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I'm so excited to be doing this video. Honestly, it was supposed to be up months and months and months ago at the start of my weight loss journey. If you're like me and you live here on planet Earth, I'm sure you've heard of this diet. It's called the ketogenic diet, and honestly, all summer, everyone was talking about it.
What the heck is ketogenic diet?
Quickly lose weight.
Fats with benefits.
Satiates your appetite.
Ketosis.
Ketosis.
Butter is good.
Explain yourself.
So I decided that I would talk about it because that's the diet that I followed very lazily to shed all the weight that I did shed. At this point, I have lost 70 pounds. So I'm gonna tell you guys how I did it. I'm drinking a Diet Coke. Most hardcore ketogenic followers would not approve.
Living my best life. Ain't going back to...
Okay, so if you didn't know, my name is Denise.
Now, D nice.
Do you mean Denise?
Son of a bitch.
I started this weight loss channel, and I figured if people saw my fat, naked body,
Damn!
like it was already out there on the internet, I would have to figure something out and lose the weight. So honestly, I started my social media pages to hold myself accountable for my weight loss. I was just like, you get to that point where you're just tired.
And so I made a major decision. I had to make sure that next year I wouldn't end up shit-faced and listening to sad FM, easy listening for the over 30s. I decided to take control of my life.
And so that's where I was. I was at that point, and I just knew I needed to do something about this.
Resolution number 1. Ooh. Obviously, we'll lose 20 pounds.
But actually, much like fashion trends...
What the hell is that?
There also are health and diet trends that come and go and then gets recycled and then comes back with a different name. If I'm not incorrect, sorry you guys, I have like a fucking...
That bitch is crazy. Let me tell you why.
Ooh, excuse me. How disgusting. So basically, the ketogenic diet has become extremely popular lately, specifically because it helps you shed a ton of weight really fast. I've had incredible results and I absolutely love it. I'm able to stick to it. It's literally the very first diet in my life that I've been able to stick with. Basically, I guess the most simple way to describe the ketogenic diet is that it's high fats, moderate protein, and low in carbs. Okay, so let's talk about the reasons why the ketogenic diet works so well. And the reason is, you guys, because your body switches from using glucose, which we'll get into it in a minute, to using ketones. So glucose is basically sugar in your body, and it's stored in your liver, and whenever your body needs it, it will release it for energy. So that's our body's primary source of fuel is glucose. So the body also breaks down carbs, carbohydrates, and it makes it into sugar. So sugar, anything that has sugar in it, anything that has carbs in it, gets turned into glucose in the body, and that is the primary source of fuel that your body uses for energy. So the reason that the ketogenic diet works so much is because it switches from using glucose, which is sugar, to using ketones, which are fats. So once you eliminate carbs and sugary foods from your diet, your body has no choice but to use the fats that are stored in your body. And it's kind of like using cheap gas. Have you ever been to the gas station and you pumped using unleaded gas?
I've never seen you use regular gas.
and notice that it does not last very long.
You know who put the regular gas in the car? That regular bitch that you was with.
I relate it to using cheap gas versus high-grade gas. And next time you have anything that's high in carbs and sugar, you'll notice that, you know, a couple of hours later, you're hungry again. With the ketogenic diet, if you're doing it properly, you're going to stay fuller longer. My neighbor is like looking at me through the fucking window.
Oh, we got his ass now. We got his ass now.
And of course, you still have to do everything in moderation. You still have to keep track of how many calories you're taking in. Just because you can have avocado, cheese, and bacon doesn't mean that you should go overboard with it. So in college, I took an archaeology class. And if you've ever taken an archaeology class or know anything about archaeology, just by Googling it on the internet, you'll know that thousands and thousands of years ago, we were hunters and gatherers. What that means is, you know, there was a group who went out and hunted for the meal, and then another group that, you know, made the meal, and they all ate together. We didn't have all this processed foods. We didn't have all the sugar and MSG and all these things in the foods back in the day the way that we do now. The thing about the ketogenic diet is you're eating real foods. When you're on the ketogenic diet, you really don't need any of those aisles like in your grocery store, like all those in-between aisles. You don't need all those aisles. You need your vegetables, and you need like where your eggs are and your milks. I drink almond milk. You know, and where your meats and all. You really, on the ketogenic diet, you don't really need the in-between aisles. You will need it for a few things, such as seasoning, and that's pretty much it. Like everything else in those aisles has carbs and sugar. Sugars and carbs sneak into all of our foods. And if you want to be successful on the ketogenic diet, you have to pay attention to labels. There's tons of fruits and vegetables that are filled with carbs and sugar. So you basically eat any vegetable that's green. If it's green, it's good for you. And as far as fruits, you basically only stick with berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. You stick with berries because they are extremely low in sugar. Your goal on the ketogenic diet is not to have sugar and extremely low carbs in your diet. So for example, you know, a lot of people who are dieting or working out, they will eat, you know, just the Quaker oats, old-fashioned oats, you know. I don't like to go over 20 grams of carbs per day. So me having half a cup of this has 20 grams, and it has 1 gram of sugar. So I don't eat this in my diet. I love Heinz tomato ketchup. However, on the ketogenic diet, I cannot have this because so it has 5 grams of carbs and 4 grams of sugar for 1 teaspoon. So is this good for the ketogenic diet? No. Spaghetti is probably one of my favorite foods out there. So whenever I do have spaghetti, I'll have it with zucchini noodles, but I cannot have, you know, your regular jar of tomato sauce. This has 13 grams of carbs and 9 grams of sugar. So I have to make my own tomato sauce to put on my zucchini noodles because I can't have this. So you have to be so careful on the ketogenic diet because, like I said, sugar and carbs sneak into all of our foods. That's why you basically just shop around the outer perimeter of your grocery store and you should be safe. So another thing that is considered a healthy alternative as far as snacks go are these bars right here. I think they're Lara bars. I think that's how you pronounce it. But I can't have this on the ketogenic diet because it has 25 grams of carbs and 15 grams of sugar. Now, This only has 2 ingredients. The 2 ingredients are cashew and dates. Dates, even though dates are good for you, it has a lot of sugar. Even though it's natural sugar, it has a lot of sugar. So you have got to limit the amount of carbs and sugar you put in your body and only put fats, and your body has no choice but to use the fats that are in your body. I hope I covered all my points. I hope I didn't leave anything out, like other things that I have learned. I'm gonna try to be consistent with my videos because I'm like totally awful about it. But I'm gonna try to be consistent with my videos, so please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so by clicking below. Again, you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.